more to go.
We can do that now.
We've made it to Wave Rock, where we're stopping overnight on our way to Esperance. And something really cool is we passed the rabbit-proof fence today. And if you grew up in Australia, you definitely learnt about the rabbit-proof fence, so pretty iconic. There's a salt pool there. And the sun's setting over this barren land.
So if you're taking a photo,
I think we'll head off early tomorrow. There's not that much to do here. We're literally in the middle of nowhere. But the landscape is really cool.
not really successful.
This is our campsite salad. Lentils, veggies, dressing. Looks pretty good if you ask me. There's our salad. Valerie. Little lights over us, and then crazy good stars above us. Been in Esperance for 1 minute, already heading to the bookstore.
So you can like go on adventures to one.
We made it to Esperance. Popped into a bookstore first thing, of course. Got some lunch from a cute little place. And now just reading and eating in this park. And then we'll go explore the shops and Main Street. Little shopping village. How cute. Like the old, so it's like the old church is now a shop. The old courthouse is now a shop. The old chemist and the old doctors are now shops.
If this water would be freezing cold. You should be.
Got a marcher. We went for a swim at the town beach, which is called West Beach. This was absolutely stunning. I mean, look at this water. It was so clear, but fairly cold, being so south. So we had a quick dip and then sat above this beautiful expanse doing some reading.
It's like so much cheese there. It's dangerous. She's walking up and then.
Oh my god, they're gonna hit the other kid.
Hello followers, this is Lauren trying to be funny.
I think we're gonna climb this rock. The next morning we headed into Cape Le Grand National Park along the coast to climb this mountain, which was called Frenchman's Peak. It was a bit of a steep scramble to get up, but the views were incredible and even had this little cave up the top. This national park is so stunning. The beaches, the views, the scenery. This was the obvious highlight of our trip to Esperance. The plants and environment here were super cool and unique too. Look how cool these rocks are. And then we stumbled across the prettiest beach ever. This is Hellfire Bay. Hello, prettiest beach I've ever seen in my life. Okay, I am going to swim in here straight away because, I mean, look at it. That water is divine. Now I'm looking to Little Hellfire Bay, which hopefully is as nice as Hellfire Bay because that was stunning. Private little beach for me and Valley. Can confirm, pretty like the other one. Also the trail here was covered with banksia flowers and smelt so good. This sand is incredibly clean and white. This water, absolutely stunning, cold, but so clear and beautiful. Lunch and reads on the beach. Delicious. Hey buds. It's hot, isn't it? Shade is good. We then headed to Lucky Bay, a beach that's four-wheel drive accessible and was actually covered in cars. There was a little pop-up cafe here, so I got an iced long black with a scoop of ice cream, which the people at the cafe were very impressed by. This beach is famous for kangaroo spotting, particularly at dusk and dawn. Hello, little baby kangaroo. You're so pretty. That's right, I'm talking about you. We back. Got the jacket on again. It's a fennel, beetroot, apple, smoked feta and lemon salad. Mushroom pizza. Hey puppy. Welcoming us to this bakery that has all this parking and a guy directing us where to park. So expecting good things. Cute spot though, even a trampoline for the kiddies. Oh, pumping. Sounds gorgeous. I would love it. WA has banned the use of single-use plastics, so all the coffee cups come in paper cups with paper lids, and takeaway containers are also paper containers with paper lids, which is pretty cool. First stop on the Great Ocean Drive is 9 Mile Beach, 11 Mile Beach? 11. It's just this drive around the coast of Esperance, stopping at a bunch of beaches, lookouts, I think maybe some walking trails. Not bad, pretty pretty. So pretty! We have to wait now until the wave comes. I'm heading back to the bookstore because there's nothing I love more than a book browse, especially a shop that will also sells gifts and homewares. I'm so excited. All my favourite things. But I just went on a run along the beach and I just did my PB for a 5k. I'm so stoked with that. That's the best I've done. Pretty sure. So, yay for holiday runs. At least the scenery is green now. After 5 hours of driving, we've made it to Albany. We are crossing this bridge to explore the little historic town and hopefully hunt down an icy pole. Priorities. As one of the oldest settlements in Western Australia, Albany is such a pretty town with lots of old colonial style buildings. It was quite pleasant just having a walk around here. Girl snack. We then set off on the most stunning hike ever. This is called the Bald Head Trek, and it follows this little peninsula jutting out from the coast. You walk the most beautiful path through the trees and are just surrounded on both sides by the most stunning bays. This was so beautiful. Highly recommend. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. It's true. And one of the most random sights of Albany is the wind farm, so watch the sunset here. The next morning we drove into the town of Denmark for breakfast. We found this cute little healthy hole-in-the-wall place and grabbed some drinks here. Just a girl and her beverages. First swim spot for the morning, Elephant Rocks. I like how this flower's just growing out of the sand. So we're at the National Park in Albany, and this is swim spot 2, Greens Pool. Absolutely stunning. Let's go for a dip. At the Valley of the Giants, just having a post-lunch nature walk, named as such because of the giant trees.
I do actually really enjoy the temperature right now.
This is Grandma. We have made it to the Pemberton Pool, which is this large open air freshwater swimming hole. You can climb this tree up to there. This seems hella dangerous.
I'm 15 and want to get attention.
I am 15 and want attention.
This is our home for the night. How cool is this? Super cute. Got fairy lights. So romantic.
You're getting.
The next morning we headed to this little tea/vintage shop where a lady made us scones and cake and tea from out the back, which was lovely. We headed to Cape Lewin where the Southern and Indian Oceans meet. And then we headed to Hamlin Bay to see the stingrays, and there were a few, but not as many as we were anticipating. We're in Margaret River now, and our accommodation is adorable. We have this deck with a little garden, 2 tables on the deck, and then a little cute bedroom through here. It's so cozy. We then went for a good long wander to explore the shops in Margaret River, which was super cute. There was so many homewares, clothing, gifts, things to look at. And then of course it was wine time. We are in Margaret River after all. Our first stop was Vasse Felix. There's a gallery here too. It was kind of fun. We enjoyed a $10 wine tasting here, and the wines were very delicious. Post-wine beach trip. Morning river walk in the cold. We've got our jumpers on. We grabbed a matcha and these delicious figs from a little health shop called The Little Farm, and I sat here and read for a bit before it was wine time again. Winery number 2. This time we were at Hayshed Hill Wines and did another tasting, which was super informative, and even grabbed a bottle to take home. This is called the natural spa because when the water rushes in, you can sit in there like a spa.
What did you get, basil?
Pineapple basil Danish sorbet. We're in Bustleton. They've got this cool little deck pool thing, which I love, and the longest jetty in the southern hemisphere. So long, there's a train to take you down to the end. We then proceeded to walk the length of the pier, which being almost 2 kilometres long, took quite a bit of time. That's the end all the way over there. Almost 2 kilometres of jetty completed. Now we gotta go all the way back. What are you? Hello, the coolest playground ever. We stopped in Mandurah for iced coffee and yochi on our way to Perth. Going on a giant hunt. Think I found him. Big giant buddy. He's got a good view. We made it to Fremantle to catch a friend for dinner at this lovely Asian restaurant called Tonic and Ginger. Highly recommend. Look how cute these little apartments are. Frio Oval and WA's best mark or something, just for Dad. We got some snacks for our Rottnest Island trip tomorrow, and RGA is elite in WA. So we got shea pudding fruit, This is where we're staying, also known as the Fremantle Old Prison Jail. Yep, spending a couple of nights locked up. Our prison home by night. Yep, you heard that right. There is a youth hostel in the old Fremantle prison, so of course we were going to stay here. Our rooms are the old cells, and there's a sign outside each one telling you the offences of that inmate. Prison wall trapping us in. Outside there. It is right next to Freo Social though, which is handy.
Assistance or have any questions regarding the service on board today, please don't hesitate.
Quokka joined us for breakfast. The next day we headed out bright and early to catch the ferry to Rottnest Island. We hired bikes and rode around this barren landscape. Woo! It was super windy today, which actually made the riding quite difficult when we were returning down the other side of the island. But the beaches here are absolutely stunning, and we went for a lovely cold swim. Hey buddy, where are you going?
It's so windy. We are struggling so much. This is worse than Alfred.
We got icy poles on the ferry back to prevent against any nausea, and then I went to explore the Fremantle markets, which have been here for over 100 years. They sold a mix of produce, takeaway food, little gifts and homewares, souvenirs. There's even a coffee shop here that does different flavoured coffees, so I'm definitely going to try one of those tomorrow morning. I went to explore more of the beautiful streets and buildings of Fremantle by daylight. This was just verging on happy hour and the streets were alive, people were out drinking and eating. It was such a lively vibe. This is the place we went last night for dinner by day. Beautiful building. Sushi feast while Val gets ready.
Makes her hair look less
We got
crazy.
all of this marked down at a street up the road with the loveliest owner, so yum. Got our Margaret River wine, having it in our jail cell. We went to Rottnest Island today and it was okay. Some beautiful beaches, it was fun riding around. We saw the quokkas, which were cute, but there's not much there. So we ended up getting an earlier ferry back, and then I went for a walk, looked at the old jail, looked around Fremantle, which is really cool. We are currently in our jail cell, which is a bit messy, sorry. Having sushi for dinner, drinking wine, gonna go hit the town. It's the last night of our trip, so let's have a fun one. Last night was heaps of fun. We met some cool people and had a blast. My Black Forest Market coffee was average, but this lemon sugar crepe was incredible. We spent the morning browsing the arty, quirky shops of Fremantle, of which there are heaps to enjoy.
When I followed her,
This girl fired a cannon at the old jailhouse, which was really underwhelming. And then we went to this little wine bar for a little happy hour before our flight home. I double parked with a wine and a juice, and it was such a nice combo before we walked down to the foreshore to watch our last sunset of our WA trip. I'm definitely going to miss the sun setting behind the ocean. You don't get that in Queensland. And then after a final ice cream, it was goodbye to the West Coast and back to Brisbane, where we grabbed a Brookie's cookie from the airport. WA is a stunning place, and I hope you've enjoyed this little travel diary. Thanks for watching. So this girl's trip is sponsored by Carrots, with us at all times.